So it's a nice overcast day. And of course, my sidekick is out here with me creating his own little games. But I just wanted to show everyone what's been going on in my garden, what progress is being made. This is my cabbage patch. My cabbages are looking good. They're taking a nice hold. I had to stake some of them because they were falling over. I have 5 different kinds of cabbages growing out here. I have, oh, my little label fell over here. So this is a Danish ballhead cabbage. This one's a Dutch cabbage. This is Mammoth Red Rock. That is a Copenhagen cabbage, looking pretty. This one is also a Mammoth Red Rock cabbage. And I also have spinach that's coming up. This one is a Savoy cabbage with the pretty curly leaves. I can't wait to see how pretty that gets. And this is a Napa Chinese cabbage. I grew this one last year and it was so big and beautiful, but for some reason it was struggling this year. So I have some backup ones that I have in my little greenhouse in cups in case this one doesn't make it. But it looks like it's coming back because it was looking a lot worse the other day. And right next to it, as you guys can see, I used the square foot garden method. All I did was I divided everything into 1 foot sections. And these are all kinds of different broccolis that I have growing. I have Waltham broccoli, Calabrese broccoli, the Chico broccoli. This one's another Waltham. And these in the front are purple sprouting broccoli, this one. And these two are Sun King broccolis. And I have some Detroit radishes growing on the side here. Over here is my lettuce, little lettuce corner. I have Cimarron lettuce growing, Lola Rosa lettuce. I have red romaine. And this one is so pretty. It's the bronze mignonette. More Cimarron, more red romaine. And this one is an iceberg lettuce that's taken forever to grow, but it's finally making some progress. I have marigolds in the corner. And I pulled the netting back from everything so you guys can see, but I do keep netting over it to protect it from the pests, you know, cabbage, butterfly, hornworms, all that type of thing. I do cover it up because I've had those kinds of problems in the past with grub worms and such. The Japanese beetles come and they lay their eggs and they end up destroying everything. And of course, my little sunflower patch over here, growing nicely. And my buddy again. Say hi.
Hi.
That's my little buddy out here. I'll bring you guys over here so you can see that my kales are coming up. Finally, thank God. These things been struggling so much with this South Florida heat. In December, we were still having 90-something degree weather. But now the weather's nice and cool. And this is one of my collards. I have some lacinato kale over here. This is curly blue kale, more lacinato. This one is black magic kale in the corner. Another collard. And 2 more collards over here. These 2 in the corner just showing out. These are Georgia collards. They are showing out. These 2 are Georgia collards. This one is a Morris Heading collard. And so is this one. Last year I did top bunch collards that do really good in the heat, but I wanted to try my hand at something different this year. Again, with the square foot gardening method. And over here right next to it, I have some tomatoes and peppers growing. This is Aunt Ruby's German green tomato. And it's doing well. It has some nice tomatoes about to come out. And I snuck some okra in the bottom. I have one okra here and one over there just to see how they'll do. This one is a Powers tomato. And I have some radishes that I just thinned out yesterday growing underneath. And this one right here is a sweet red cherry pepper. My husband been asking me to grow this, so I'm growing this for him. And I have some radishes also growing on the bottom. These are hailstone radishes growing underneath. And I got some green onions here growing with my chocolate beauty bell pepper. Over here is my biggest tomato plant right now. This one is a cherry tomato. And I also have some radishes growing underneath. I won't be mulching this area because I have all these things intercropped and underneath. This one is a cayenne pepper. I accidentally burnt it with a spray, but it's coming back. And I also have some Chioggia beets growing underneath there to give it some company. And over here, I have two more tomatoes that I just transplanted. And I also have beets growing in this corner underneath this tomato. This is a great white tomato. It's been here for 3 days now and it looks like it's doing well. And here I have the Arkansas Traveler. I read that this one is like heat and frost tolerant, disease tolerant, so I wanted to grow it and see. And I have some white icicle radishes growing underneath. But this is what I got going on out here, y'all. I'm happy that everything is looking good. I have some backup ones in my little greenhouse here. And I also have kale in this little pot that I'm growing. I put some netting over it. Listen, y'all, I got this netting. This is a mesh laundry bag from the Dollar Tree. And I took 2 stakes and stuck it in there, and this is what I'm covering them up with. These are netting from the Dollar Tree. Well, they're not netting. They're mesh laundry bags. But this is what I use them for. To cover stuff up. I also have this Moneymaker tomato over here that I have covered up with netting. This one only grows to about 3 feet tall. So I'm growing it in a big pot. But I'm just trying my hand at a bunch of different things. I harvested my carrots the other day, so I dropped some more seeds. I'm about to water everything. And I have some cilantro in this small pot. This pot right here, I always grow my cilantro in it. And the cilantro does right by my household. When my daughter needs to come out here and get some, when I need to come out here and get some, I come and I get my cilantro from this pot. And it grows right back. But all of this is going to get mulched today because I couldn't mulch it before because everything was so tiny. But now that everything is growing nicely, I'm going to mulch all of this today. And an update on that celery that I was growing in this box. As you can see, that celery is growing nice and strong. I don't know if I'm going to leave it in this box or try to transplant some of it. I might like take this one in the corner and transplant it into a big bucket. But that celery in the box sure did grow. That's for sure. All right, guys. Happy gardening.